Hey, hi everyone. This is Vidya from Bhagya Technology. Can you all hear me properly? Hey, Anuja, Kavita, Samatha, Saujanya, Kathy. Are you all able to hear me? Okay. Okay, so you are all able to hear me. I got your answers. Okay, so now we can start with the class. Today we'll discuss in detail about the software development life cycle. Okay. Do you all remember that in the demo session itself, I have told you about the development life cycle of a software? Do you all remember or any of the phases of software development life cycle? Or firstly, before asking you the phases, what is a software development life cycle is? Yes, anyone? The phases of software development life cycle? Yes, Samantha? Hello? Hello, Samantha, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you want to share that what all are the phases of software development life cycle?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The first phase is requirement phase.
Mm-hmm.
The next comes the designing.
Okay.
After designing, the next stage is the coding stage.
Hmm.
And after coding is done, the next stage is the testing. Then comes the release and maintenance.
Okay, good. Kavita, I unmuted you, so you can now able to share your answers with us.
Okay, yeah, because I was talking,
Yeah,
uh,
I have the authority to mute you all, okay? And I usually do so because just to avoid any disturbances, the background disturbances. Okay, so anyhow, if you want
okay,
to answer anything, just raise a hand. You must be having that option. See, raise a hand,
okay,
I
yeah,
will unmute you, okay?
yeah, sure.
Okay, now you can share your things. Yes, Kavita? You want to share about the...
No, I was telling about the software development life cycle,
Okay.
like requirements gathering and analyzing the requirements,
Mm-hmm.
um, test test plans, and then test case, and then um,
See,
um,
test plan and test cases, they are the part of testing, right? So that would,
yeah,
yeah, that would be under the software testing life cycle.
okay,
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll discuss in detail about the software development life cycle. Okay, but before that, Kathy, are you able to hear me? You can unmute yourself from your side. I have unmuted you if you want to share some things. Hey Kathy. We are not able to hear you, Kathy. So can you just type your question in the chat box? By the time, Sojanya, do you have any query?
Yeah, the same thing, like software development life cycle is the phases are like a requirement, and then design, and then coding, and then testing, then releasing, then maintenance, and
Yeah. And the last phase is the maintenance phase, correct?
yes.
Okay. Okay. So as many of you told me that the first phase would be the requirement phase, okay, wherein you are going to gather the requirements. Then the second phase would be the planning phase, or you can also say it as the designing phase. Okay. You can say it as the designing phase also. Then after this comes the development or the coding. So in technical terms, I would say it as the coding only. Then the fourth would be your testing. Then after that comes the release of the software. And then would be the maintenance phase. Okay. But if we try to talk about more in detail about these, what would happen in each of these phase and who all are the people who would be involved in them, okay, and what all are the documents that are to be prepared in each of these phases. So we need to discuss in detail about all these things. But before talking in detail about these things, what we'll do is, see, as we have like 6 people over here, okay, in our class. So Anuja and Kathy, you be the business analyst people, okay, and I'm just giving you the roles for now. And then after some time, I'll tell you that why these roles are given to you, okay. So Anuja and Kathy, you be the business analyst people. Then after that, Kavita, Samantha and Saujanya, okay, Kavita and Samantha only. Kavita and Samantha, you be the in the senior designer, okay, senior designer people. Then Saujanya, you be in the coding, Saujanya and Vinesh. Okay, you be in the coding phase. Okay, and I would be in the testing phase. Okay, as Vidya, I would be in the testing phase. Now, why we are doing so is just to let you understand that how the things work in the IT environment or in the companies. So these all are the phases. Then we'll discuss that what is to be done in each of these phases. Okay. Who all are the people who would be involved in the phases, and what all are the documents that needs to be prepared. Okay. So what all documents we are going to prepare in these phases. So first phase is the requirement phase. So what will happen in the requirement phase is, see, whenever a client comes to you for asking for a software to be built for his company, then he will give you a set of requirements. Now, since he would be a simple user who does not have a technical knowledge about the things, so he would give you just very simple examples, very simple requirements. Okay, his requirement won't be in the technical specification. It won't contain any of the technical specifications. As a simple user, as a simple end user, he would give you his requirements in simple terminologies, in simple terms. So what he would say, just taking the example, will try to understand all the phases, but I'll just give you a very simple example of Gmail login, okay, wherein the user comes up to us and he is asking us that he wants the Gmail login page to be built for him. Okay, and in that he wants that there should be a username text box, then there should be a password text box. Okay, and in the username text box, the person who is having a user ID of say 4 to 8 characters should be able to type his username. Okay, and the password should also be between 4 to 8 characters. Okay, and when these two things match up, then he should be able to log in. Otherwise, he should be popped up with an error message that the username and password either they don't match or the password is too short or anything. Okay, so he should not be able to log in if these two things they do not match up. Now, when he is giving us the simple requirements, do you think that the people in the IT project team, they would be able to code it in the way he has given us? Because as a simple person, he would give us the requirements like I want a username text box and then I want a password text box, and then when the username and the password they both match each other, then my user should be able to log in. If they doesn't match up, then they should not be able to log in. Okay, he would give us just in simple terms, but it is the responsibility of the business analyst, because he would be reciting and he would be giving all the requirements to the business analyst people. Okay, and over here in our team we have the business analyst people as the Anuja and Kathy. Okay, so Anuja and Kathy, he would come up to you people and he would give you his requirements. Now you have to create the requirements in the technical format. Okay, so the business analyst people will have to create the requirement in this format, because when the requirements they go to the coders or to the developers, they don't understand the requirement of a simple common language. They have to get the things in technical terms, only then they would be able to code. Okay, so it is the responsibility of the business analyst to convert the simple requirements of the clients into the technical specifications, to take up all the requirements from the clients and then convert it into the technical specifications. Okay, so over here it would be done by Anuja and Kathy. They would take up all the requirements from the clients and then they would convert those requirements into the technical specification, and that document in which they would be converting the requirements from the client or you can say from a simple requirement to the technical specification, that document which they would be creating would be known as your BRD, that is the business requirement document. Okay, so specifically I would write over here that in this phase what we are going to do, we are going to collect the business requirements. Okay, who is going to collect that? The business analyst people. Okay, so in short they are also known as the BA people, and the documents that they would be creating would be the business requirement document. Business requirement document. Okay, is it clear up till here? Anyone has any doubt? Okay. Now, once the simple requirements they are being converted into the business requirement, or you can say the technical specifications when they are being converted, then what will happen? Then the planning and the designing phase, they come into use. They come into the scene. And over here, the senior level, or you can say the top management or the senior designer, or in technical terms, the architects. Okay, the architects of the company or of the project, they come into the scene, and then the things will move on from Anuja and Kathy to Kavita and Samatha. Okay, so they over there, Kavita and Samatha, what they will do, see, this is the form of the requirement that is given to Kavita and Samatha, okay, by the business analyst, by Anuja and Kathy. Now, what is the responsibility over here to be performed by them is that they have to convert this technical specification into more detailed form. Okay, they have to create that what all things. See over here, let me just add in one more thing. Okay, that after that my user also want the inbox facility. Okay, and in inbox he wants that the user should be able to receive mails, so that the things become much more clear to you. Okay, he should be able to receive mails and send mails. Okay, in inbox he should be able to receive the mails, and there should also be a facility to send the mails. Now what Kavita and Samatha they are going to do, they will create a high level design. Okay, because if this is the thing that Anuja and Kathy are going to give to Saujanya, that is my coder, then he or she will not be able to make it. He or she will not be able to code the things. So what she needs is that it should be in a simple format. Though it is in the technical specifications, but she needs some much more level designing should be there, okay, for her. So Kavita and Samatha, what they are going to do, they are going to convert this technical specification into a sort of high level design. Now what does high level design means is, they are going to tell, or they are going to write a document wherein they are going to specify that this specifications what is being given in the BRD, for completing these specifications, the coder has to create at least 3 modules, or he has to create at least 3 different functionalities. So the first functionality would be of login, the second functionality should be of inbox, and the third should be for the send mails. Okay, wherein they should also specify that what should be the layout of the page, where the username text box should be present, okay, and what should be what should be the height and the width of the letters that are written over there. Okay, then where should be the login button, where should be the help provided. Okay, then suppose say any user, if he or she has forgotten his password, then where should be the link, and if there is a link, then what should happen if the user clicks on that link, what questions should appear, or what all things should appear over there. Okay, so these all are the high level designing that needs to be done before the coding. Okay, so this phase is important before the coding phase. Okay, so over here what will happen, you are going to create the high level design. Okay, and you can also say that this is done by your project manager people. Okay, or in short you can say them as the PM, the project manager. Okay,